Today I'm using the Nikon D40 with the Yongnuo digital 50mm. This has autofocus, which is really nice. So this is the Nikon D40, as I mentioned, with the Yongnuo 50mm f1.8 lens. With these pictures, I was very impressed, even just from the preview the camera gave me. And as you can see in some of these photos, this is really meant for portrait photography. Like, I think it makes the skin look nice, and when you see some of these photos, you might be able to tell a little bit of it is out of focus. Like sometimes it would focus on their hands or it would focus on their shoulder, but again, this is with an older camera as well. This is the Nikon D40. I believe it came out in 2006, which is almost 20 years old, so keep that in mind as well. And around $100 you can pick up this lens. You can pick it up through Amazon or even eBay, and ultimately, I think this is a great budget lens. I have this on aperture priority, which is just the A mode, so it does all the work for me. I just have to set the aperture and the ISO. It's really nice. I like it. It takes care of all the shutter speed for me. So far, I think the lens is doing good. So even shooting on aperture priority, you're still going to have to manage the ISO on this camera, which is a little bit of a bummer. I really like just being able to focus on taking the photos and not having to think about the ISO, but since we are in sunlight, the minimum ISO I could get on this was 200, and I knew that the ISO 200 was going to be where I wanted to be at least. So even kicking it up, I could probably get to 400 or 800, but I feel like I needed a higher shutter speed because these are my kids. They're quick, and for wanting this camera to keep up, it's going to have to be a higher shutter speed because at any moment they could start running or taking off. But the downside of this camera and not the lens is the autofocus. So I think the lens does a great job, but the camera is going to take a bit, because while it lacks in that area, whenever they are able to stand pretty still and not moving forward or back towards the camera, I think these images are going to be so good. These look real. These look like these are moments in time captured. I really enjoyed this lens, and it is very good.